The sun had just come up over Wari village, and Princess was already outside, smiling as she swept the compound barefoot. Her dark skin glowed like polished bronze under the morning light. Her teeth were white like fresh coconut, and her eyes were as sharp as a cat's. People said she was the most beautiful girl in the village. But they didn't know her secret. Everyone loved Princess. She was caring. She helped Mama Mebo fetch water from the stream. She helped blind Baba Ibuka cross the road every morning. She helped clean the classroom when school ended, even though she had already finished secondary school. The villagers smiled when they saw her. "That girl is a blessing," they often said. But they didn't know that every time Princess helped someone, something always went missing. Spoon here. A little money there. Earrings. Bracelet. Sometimes even a loaf of bread. People didn't notice until it was too late. And by the time they did, Princess would be far away, humming a sweet song with a plastic smile on her face. At home, Princess lived with her parents in a small hut with a zinc roof that made noise when rain hit it. Her mother, Mama Princess, sold akara by the roadside. Her father, Baba Princess, was a tailor who stitched old clothes for people. They didn't have much, but they had love. They were always laughing, always eating together, always praying before bed. It was a small, happy life. But Mama Princess had started noticing things. One day it was her earring. The next it was money she kept inside the Bible. Another day, it was some seasoning she planned to use for stew. She looked at Princess with worried eyes. "Princess," she said one night while they were cooking outside on a clay stove, "you day take things way no be your own." Princess looked up, eyes wide and fake innocent. "Me? Mama, I swear, I no day take anything." Mama Princess sighed. Her heart felt heavy, but she did not press further. "Don't steal it day spoil person life. If you no stop, go shame you one day." But Princess laughed it off. "Nothing go happen. Not just small things." And Mama said nothing more. Then came the day everything changed. It was a bright Saturday morning. Birds were singing. The air smelled of roasted corn. Baba Princess called his daughter and handed her some money wrapped in old newspaper. "Go to Mama Ejiro's shop for junction," he said. "Buy me beans cake. No add anything. Just the beans cake." Princess nodded with a smile. "Yes, Papa." She walked to the junction, swinging her hips, greeting people as she passed. At Mama Ejiro's stand she bought the beans cake. But then her eyes saw something else. Soft, fresh bread on the wooden table, shining with sugar and calling her name. Princess waited for Mama Ejiro to face the back. Quick as lightning, she slid one loaf into her bag and walked away like nothing happened. But this time someone saw her. Mama Ejiro's son, Tiga, had been watching her from the corner. He shouted, "Mama! She don thief bread." The whole place turned into noise. People shouted. Mama Ejiro rushed forward, pulled the bread from Princess's bag and held it up. "Thief! This fine girl na thief." Princess's heart stopped. Her face went cold. She tried to talk, but words wouldn't come. Before she could run, a crowd gathered. Old women, young men, even children came. Some pointed at her. Some hissed. Some looked away with shame. "She be thief. So na this girl day steal things way day miss. I never trust that her smile before." Princess ran home with her slippers falling off. Her chest was hot with shame. When she entered the hut, she threw herself on the mat and wept. Mama Princess came in minutes later, carrying shame like a heavy pot on her head. She didn't beat her daughter. She didn't shout. She just sat down and stared. "You see your life now," she said quietly. "You don't disgrace us. You don't spoil your own name." That night, she made a call on her small phone. She spoke quietly but firmly. "Auntie Elahor, I beg, I no fit again. Come carry Princess. Maybe if she go Lagos, she go change." The next morning, the whole village stood outside to watch the Lagos auntie arrive. Auntie Elahor stepped down from her red jeep, wearing sunglasses and perfume that smelled like flowers in the rain. She hugged Mama Princess, looked at the weeping princess and said, "Let's go." As Princess walked toward the jeep, villagers whispered, "Thief day go Lagos. Make she go learn sense. Hope say dem go teach her well there." Princess didn't look back. She entered the jeep, stared at the floor, and wiped her tears quietly. But inside her heart she was not sorry. Not truly. She was only angry that she had been caught. As the car rolled out of Wari, her mind started to wander. She told herself, in Lagos I will start again. And this time nobody will catch me. The wind carried her hopes away. But it didn't know what was waiting ahead. The road to Lagos was long and bumpy, but the car was soft and cold inside. Princess sat at the back seat, her arms folded and her face turned to the window. Her aunt, Auntie Elahor, played gospel music and hummed along, but Princess didn't sing. She was too busy thinking. Tall buildings, cars everywhere, people rushing. Lagos was nothing like Wari. Smelled different, moved different. Everything looked sharp, loud and fast. When they reached Auntie Elahor's house, Princess gasped. It was a big compound with tall gates, a smooth floor, and a wide balcony. The house was painted gold and white. Inside there were lights everywhere, and the chairs were soft like clouds. A big TV hung on the wall, and the air smelled like vanilla and money. Princess's mouth opened wide. Auntie Elahor laughed. "Welcome to your new home, my dear. As long as you behave, you'll enjoy yourself here." Princess nodded sweetly. "Thank you, Ma." For the first few weeks, Princess was like an angel. She swept the house, washed plates, cooked noodles without stealing meat. She even helped Auntie Elahor arrange clothes in her wardrobe. Her aunt was pleased. "You're trying," she said, handing Princess a new phone one day. "This is an iPhone 12. Use it well. Don't let me hear nonsense." Princess's eyes sparkled. She kissed the phone and hugged her aunt. "God bless you, Ma." Soon after, her aunt took her shopping. They bought nice clothes, soft wigs, sweet perfume, and high shoes. Princess began to walk like someone who owned the streets. But after 1 month, the old hunger came back. Not hunger for food, hunger for more. She had many things, but she wanted more. And when Princess wanted more, she always found a way to take it. One night, while Auntie Elahor was sleeping, Princess tiptoed into her aunt's room and opened the top drawer. She found a brown envelope full of new notes. She took some, not all. Just enough that it wouldn't be noticed. Felt easy. Too easy. The next day, she went to a boutique and bought a curly wig they called Wet and Wave. She paid cash and smiled wide. At home, she continued acting like nothing happened. She started eating meat from the pot again. Not 1, not 2. She counted. Every night when her aunt slept, she tiptoed to the kitchen and stuffed her mouth with meat, then drank cold water straight from the bottle. She changed her phone to iPhone 16. Bought Bones straight. Even joined TikTok. Her pictures were fine. Boys started messaging her. Men too. Rich ones. With beards, gold chains, and deep voices. At first she didn't reply. But one night, she met a man at a club. His name was Stanley. He wore a black suit, smelled like cigar and money, and said things like, "Baby girl, you too fine. You deserve soft life." Princess smiled. "You fit give me that soft life." Stanley winked. "Na me day manufacture am." They exchanged numbers. Days passed. Then weeks. Every time they met, Stanley gave her something. Money, perfume, wigs, shoes. Sometimes even cash in envelopes. She started lying to Auntie Elahor. "I'm going for Bible study. I'm visiting my classmate. I'm going to the market." But truly she was going to meet Stanley. One day, Auntie Elahor entered her room and found a new wig, new heels, and a phone she never bought. "Princess," she shouted. "Where you get all this from?" Princess blinked. "My friend dash me." "What friend? Show me the receipt." Princess stood silent. Her mouth was dry. Auntie Elahor walked to her drawer and opened it. Money was missing. "You've been stealing from me." "No, Ma," Princess cried. I swear It landed like thunder. You're just like what your mother said. You came to this house to steal. Princess screamed back. I'm not your house girl. You're not my mother. Then get out. Auntie Elahor shouted. In fact, I'll take you to the police. You want to live like Lagos girl ABI? Come and face Lagos law. She dragged Princess to the police station the next morning. The officers asked questions, but Princess refused to speak. Auntie Elahor was shaking with shame. This girl is not normal, she said. She steals like it's food. But Princess didn't beg. Instead, she packed her clothes and walked out of her aunt's house that evening. She called Stanley. Can I stay with you? She asked. Of course, baby. Come over. She left without saying goodbye. She arrived at Stanley's house that night. A small but fancy flat with leather chairs, blue lights, and loud music. Felt free. She kissed him, dropped her bag, and said, This is my new home. Stanley smiled. You're mine now. And this is just the beginning. For a while, life was sweet again. Stanley bought her things. They drank wine, watched TV, went to parties. She wore short gowns, long lashes, red nails. Her smile was wide, her laughter loud. But then something changed. Stanley stopped giving her money. Babe, things day tight, he said one day. No money flow this month. Princess blinked. So what do we eat? He shrugged. Manage Gary for now. The next day there was no milk for the Gary. Then no sugar. Then no Gary. He stopped buying food. She asked, Why can't you give me money like before? He replied, You think say I be ATM? You think say this your fine face go feed you forever? Princess felt cold. But I left everything for you. Stanley hissed. That's your business. He started going out at night, returning late, sometimes drunk. When Princess asked questions, he barked. No be you go tell me what to do. Weeks passed. She had no job, no money. Her nice clothes stayed in her bag. Her phone charger spoiled. She had to beg neighbors for food sometimes. One by one, she sold her wigs, her heels, her perfumes. She became quiet. But one day everything broke. Stanley came home early, with a woman. She was tall, fair, dressed well. She smiled gently and said hello to Princess like she was a stranger. Princess stared. Who is this? Stanley chuckled. This is someone I want to marry. Princess's mouth fell open. You want to what? Marry her, he said again, smiling. She's decent. As class. She no day steal. She no day eat 10 meats from pot. Princess felt like the walls were falling. Stanley looked at her with sharp eyes. You think say you go live here forever? I can't marry thief. I need peace. She packed her things that night. No tears. Just silence. She didn't know where to go, but she knew where she came from. Wari. The bus to Wari was crowded and hot. Princess sat by the window, but even the air outside felt heavy. She wore the only dress she had left, a simple brown gown, once bright but now faded. Her wig was gone. Her nails were broken. Her phone screen was cracked. In her bag were a few clothes and 2,000 naira, the last thing Stanley ever gave her, and even that was with an eye roll and a bitter laugh. The journey felt long. Every bump in the road reminded her of how far she had fallen. Once she had walked into Lagos with her head high, wearing designer shoes. Now she sat on a torn bus seat, dust on her feet, tears hiding behind her eyes. She didn't cry. Not yet. When the bus finally rolled into Wari, the sun was beginning to set. The sky burned orange, and smoke rose from the cooking fires in the distance. She could smell fried fish, pepper soup, and roasted yam. It used to make her hungry. Now it made her feel like a stranger. Princess walked through the village slowly. People saw her and gasped. Is that not Princess? Ah. She done come back. She's looking lean oh. After all her shakara for Lagos, she still return empty. Children pointed. Old women stared. The men on the bench in front of the barber shop just shook their heads. Princess looked down as she walked. Her heart beat fast like it was hiding from her own body. When she reached her parents' hut, she stood at the door for a long time before knocking. Mama Princess opened it. Her eyes widened. "Princess." Princess nodded. "Mama." Her mother stepped back. Her face was full of pain, not joy. "You just walk in like that?" Princess couldn't speak. Her mother turned her face away and walked back inside. "Come inside. You don't already disgrace us for the whole world. No need to pretend." That night was silent. There was no laughter like before. No prayers. No warmth. Just the sound of a tin kettle boiling water for Gary. Her father didn't come out to greet her. Princess sat in a corner, staring at her hands. They were rough now. Not soft like they used to be. Her fingernails were chipped. Her palms were dry. They looked like they belonged to a different girl. The next morning she woke up early. But not out of joy. Out of hunger. There was no milk. No bread. Just a little yam and oil. She ate without talking. Mama Princess didn't say much either. After breakfast, her mother said, "Follow me." They walked for a long time, past houses, past the stream, deep into the bush. Finally they reached the forest. "You see all this?" Mama Princess said, pointing at tall trees. "Na here I day cut firewood now. Your papa no day so again. Business dry." Princess blinked. "You want make I cut wood?" "Yes," her mother replied, firm and cold. "You go sell for market. Least you fit do something now. Since you no go school, you no fit work for office." Princess felt the words like knives. That day they cut wood together. It was hard. The axe was heavy. Her palms burned. The sun was hot. Sweat poured down her back. Her gown tore at the side. But she said nothing. Her pride was already gone. When they returned, she tied the wood in bundles and carried them on her head to the roadside market. Some women hissed when they saw her. "Thief don turn firewood seller. She no go Lagos go learn fashion. She supposed they drive Benz by now." Oh. Princess kept walking. She sold one bundle. Then another. She made small money, but it was something. That night, her hands were swollen. Her legs ached. She soaked her feet in a bowl of salt water and closed her eyes. But sleep did not come easy. Her dreams were full of Lagos nights. Of Stanley laughing. Of Auntie Elahor slapping her. Of people pointing and whispering. Of meat from the pot. Of money in drawers. Of shame. The next few days followed the same pattern. Wake up. Cut wood. Carry it. Sell it. Return home. Eat little. Sleep less. Each day her silence grew deeper. One day, while walking back from the market, she saw a wedding happening at the village square. The bride wore a white gown. There was music, dance, and jollof rice. People laughed and cheered. Princess stood at a distance, watching. It could have been her, she thought. It could have been her dancing in white, wearing gold, holding flowers. But now, even getting clean water felt like a victory. A young boy ran up to her. "Auntie Princess, can you give me 5 naira?" She looked at him. For a second she wanted to snap at him. But she reached into her bag and gave him 10 naira instead. The boy smiled. "Thank you." Princess smiled too. A tired, weak smile. One that barely reached her eyes. That night, her father finally spoke to her. He sat beside her while she peeled yam. "You see now," he said slowly. "The world is not soft. You thought you were smart. You thought Lagos was magic. But see how it treat you." Princess kept peeling. Her fingers shook. Her father continued. "You still young. But if you don't change, life go finish you." Princess looked up. "I don't want to steal again." Her father nodded. "Then don't. Start again. Slowly. One step." But it was not that easy. The damage was done. The village would never forget. The names they called her, thief, shame, disgrace, still hung in the air. She started avoiding people. She didn't go near the stream. She didn't play with the other girls. She just worked, sold firewood, returned home. One evening she passed by a group of girls talking and laughing. She heard one whisper, That's the girl who stole bread and meat. Can you imagine? They all laughed. Princess didn't turn. She just kept walking. At home, Mama Princess gave her soup and said, "It's not much, but we're alive." Princess looked at her mother. The woman looked older now. Her hair had more gray. Her back bent when she moved. "I'm sorry," Princess whispered. Her mother looked at her, tears in her eyes. "I know. But sorry doesn't change everything." The next morning, Princess went alone to the bush. She didn't wait for her mother. She cut firewood. She tied it herself. She sold it. And when a woman asked her, "Now you be that thief girl," she looked her in the eye and said, "I no day thief again." It wasn't a lie. Not anymore. But the truth takes time to grow. And trust takes even longer. The harmattan wind returned to Wari with dry breath and cold mornings. The trees looked thirsty. The air carried dust. People wrapped scarves around their heads and drank hot pap to stay warm. Princess woke up early every day. She didn't need an alarm anymore. Her body knew pain like a best friend. Her hands were now full of blisters. Her back ached. Her feet cracked. But she didn't complain. She would tie her wrapper, carry her cutlass, and walk quietly into the forest. She worked like someone twice her age. She worked like someone trying to erase her past with sweat. The villagers saw her, but they did not speak much. Some whispered when she passed. Some shook their heads. Some laughed softly, thinking she couldn't hear. But Princess heard everything. She never changed. She just pretend. Once a thief, always a thief. The words were like small stones. They didn't cut deep anymore. But they never stopped falling. One afternoon, after selling her last bundle of firewood at the market, Princess sat beside the mango tree where she used to play as a child. The tree had grown taller, just like she had. But its fruits were out of reach now. Just like her dreams. She watched children run past her barefoot, happy, loud. She used to be like them. Full of joy. Full of jokes. Full of mischief that didn't hurt anyone. Before she learned how to steal. Before stealing became normal. Before Lagos. Before Stanley. Princess closed her eyes and sighed. That night, as she prepared soup in the kitchen, her mother sat beside her and stirred slowly. The fire cracked. "I've been watching you," Mama Princess said. Princess said nothing. "You've changed," her mother continued. "You wake early. You work hard. You don't lie. You give me peace." Princess nodded. "I'm tired, Mama." "I know," her mother whispered. Silence. Then the fire popped again. "Some people may never trust you again," Mama said. "But I see you. I know when a person is trying." Princess looked at her mother. "You think God can forgive me?" Her mother nodded slowly. "God forgives quicker than people." Princess smiled. It was the first real smile in a long time. But the road to peace was not smooth. One Sunday she went to church for the first time in months. She wore a clean wrapper and covered her hair with a scarf. As she entered the compound, some women stared. A few moved their handbags closer. One mother pulled her daughter away, whispering, "No go near her." Princess sat at the back, alone. During offering time, she dropped 10 naira into the bowl. She bowed her head as the choir sang. She didn't sing along. Her voice felt stuck, like it wasn't allowed to worship yet. After the service, no one came to greet her. Not even the pastor. But she kept going every Sunday. She sat in the same back seat. Quiet. Respectful. Faithful. Weeks passed. Slowly the stares became less sharp. One usher gave her a smile. Another nodded during the sermon. Then one day, the pastor himself called her after church. "Young lady," he said, "I've been watching you. Keep coming. Keep holding on. God sees what others don't." Princess nodded, tears welling in her eyes. "Thank you, sir." But not everyone was ready to forgive. One afternoon at the stream, 2 girls from her school days were washing clothes. They saw Princess arrive with her bucket and giggled. "Hope say your hand no go steal my soap," one said. "Or my wrapper," the other added. Princess said nothing. She just filled her bucket and walked away. Back home, she told her mother, "No matter what I do, they still see the old me." Mama Princess wiped her hands on her wrapper. "Let them see. It's what you see that matters." One day she saw her childhood friend, Osato, in the market. They used to braid each other's hair and dream about life in the city. Osato was now pregnant, sitting behind a table of tomatoes. She saw Princess and smiled. "You're back," Osato said gently. Princess nodded. "For good." Osato offered her a tomato. "I know people talk, but I don't care. I remember who you were before things turned bad." Princess almost cried. "Thank you." That small moment lit a candle inside her. Soon others followed. A woman who needed help carrying plantain gave her a little something extra. A young boy asked her to teach him how to tie firewood. Slowly, cracks of light began to enter the shadows. But the pain of the past still followed her. Some nights, she would dream of Stanley's voice. Or the sound of Auntie Elahor slamming a drawer. Or the crowd shouting "thief" at the junction. Those nights, she would wake up sweating, clutching her chest. But she never returned to stealing. One day her mother fell sick. Fever. Shaking. Coughing. Princess took care of her. Fed her, bathed her, stayed awake all night wiping her forehead. She had to sell 3 days' worth of firewood to buy medicine. She did it without complaint. The old princess would have stolen someone else's medicine. But this one worked hard for it. When Mama Princess got better, she held her daughter's face and said, "You are not the same girl who left this village." Princess smiled, holding back tears. "But the village still sees me that way." Her mother whispered, "Then keep living. Let your life speak louder than their voices." Princess saved every coin she made. She bought small things, a new wrapper for church, slippers for her father, tomatoes for their pot. She was not rich, but she was honest. One day, a young girl named Blessing came to her. "Auntie, they say you used to steal. Is it true?" Princess looked at the girl. "Yes, I did." "Why?" the girl asked, curious, not rude. "Because I was foolish," Princess replied. "Because I thought I needed more. But I only made my life worse." Blessing nodded. "I won't steal." Princess smiled. "Good girl." At the end of that week, she walked alone to the same junction where everything started. Where she stole bread. Where the crowd had shouted. The Accra woman was still there, frying beside her blue umbrella. Princess stood for a while, then walked up. "Good afternoon, Ma." The woman looked up. For a moment, her eyes were unsure. Then she nodded. "Good afternoon." Princess reached into her bag and brought out a small piece of bread. Fresh, soft, wrapped in nylon. She placed it on the table. "I came to return what I once took." The woman stared. Then her lips trembled. "You remembered." Princess nodded. "I never forgot." They stood in silence. Then the woman picked up the bread and placed it beside her pan. "You've changed." "I'm trying," Princess whispered. The woman nodded. "Keep trying." As Princess walked away, she felt something shift in her chest. Not joy, not peace, but maybe space. Space for healing. For something new. But she knew the road was long. And some stains don't wash off. That evening, she sat under the mango tree again. The sky turned pink and soft. Birds flew home. The village was quiet. She rested her head on her knees and whispered, "Maybe I will never be fully free. But I can be better." And that was enough for now. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you might not hear my voice again. But if you are, then you are growing every day. Check my page for more interesting stories. Thanks for watching.